Hey guys, it's Mike from your host from Craft Beer Storm, and also founder and brewer at Beara Brewing Co in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Today we have a beer styles episode, and we're going to do session beer. So this is a category in the GABF guidelines for beers, and this category includes any style of beer that is made lower in strength. That's ABV, than desired in the classic style guidelines. These beers should exhibit lower alcohol content than the classic style. So it's a very sessionable. When they say sessionable beer, it's a lower ABV, and the drinkability is key to a successful session beer. It's not a one and you're done beer. It's not over the top, with maybe extreme hop aromas and taste, bitterness, sour beers. It's just an easy drinking beer. Like it's hot outside and you just want to, chill out with a beer, or, lower ABV and just enjoy it. Or you just want to, maybe you want to clear your palate. If you have an extreme beer, like a chili beer, and you want a nice beer to wash everything down, that's a session beer. But the cap on these are 5% ABV. So beers exceeding 5% ABV are not categorized as session beers. But session beers, what I've found, are pretty much lighter in color. There's really no darker. There could be some darker session beers there, but I think the whole experience is kind of a lighter, beer. And we had an issue. Like we had a lot of higher ABV beers. We had stouts on tap, and people are coming in and saying, "Well, what's a session beer that you have, or a lighter beer?" I'm like, I don't know, maybe a stout. Like the stout was the lowest ABV we had, so we made a session beer called Citra Wit, and it was a wheat beer actually, and we made it with Citra Hops exclusively. And it came out really good. We dry hopped it with Citra Hops, and it had that great beer base, and then a Citra aroma and taste. It was a really nice beer. And that came out about 4.8%. So that was below that 5% threshold. The color should mimic classic style upon the beer is based. So, depending on the base beer, could be a lighter beer, could be a darker beer. But the color could be anything, pretty much. Clarity, appearance may vary from brilliant to hazy to cloudy, and should mimic the classic style in which the beer is based. So there's that's a lot of a big range, and then the aroma is according to style, so it just depends on that base beer. I think the whole crux of this style is the lower ABV. Now for hop aroma and flavor and bitterness, it's a lower IBU. It's international bitterness units. That's how bitter a beer is. So 1 is like not bitter at all, and 100 is extreme bitter. So it's about 10 to 35, so it's a lower end, and it's not overwhelming. The body is according to style, so there's flexibility in there. And then the ABV is about 3.7% to 5%, so 5% is the cap. And the glassware depends on the style of beer. So, like I said, the whole thing regarding session beer is that lower ABV, easygoing beer. It's good. For session, India Pale Ale is a subcategory. Actually, it's another category, but there's so many IPAs out there, right, that they had to create a separate category because you don't want to mix them in with the other beers. So they have a category called Session India Pale Ale, or IPA. Sometimes there's so many different entries that they have to put in a separate category, and that's why they created that. So the perceived hop aroma and flavor, according to IPA, it's hop aroma and flavor are medium to high and can display qualities from a wide variety of hops all over the world. And overall, hop character is assertive, which is what an IPA is. You're going to notice the hops. They're pronounced. Perceived bitterness could be medium to high. IBU ranges about 55%, so it's like that medium bitter range. It could be a little bit more bitter. IPAs exceeding the 5% ABV are not categorized as session beers. So still, you're going to call it sessionable. It's an IPA. It's got to be under that 5% cap. The color in it is usually, IPAs are usually gold to copper. Clarity, a chill haze is acceptable at low temperatures, but hop haze is allowable at any temperature. So this could be, IPAs could be, slightly hazy or extremely hazy. And the body is kind of low to medium because that's what IPAs are. And ABV, same ABV is 3.7% to 5%. In a session IPA. So for session beer, courtesy of Beer Advocate, the top ones, I guess, are Hazed Hoppy Session Ale from Boulder Beer, a Wilderness Pub in Boulder, Colorado. The style is an American Pale Ale, so it's not kind of they call it a lot of these pale ales are being put out now, and they're just hopping it, and they're just still calling them pale ales. So it's an American pale ale style. The ABV is right at that 5%. So they're maxing out, but so you have the pronouncement of the hops. But it is sessionable. It's 5%. Next one is Highway 128 Session Series Blood Orange Goza. That's from Anderson Valley Brewing Company in Boonville, California. And a Goza is it's like a Belgian style ale, and they use lactobacillus. It gives it a little sour taste, but Goza is a special type of sour beer. And the ABV on it is 4.2%, so it's under that 5%. But it's not an IPA; it's a Goza. So from their website, our Blood Orange Goza is a tart, refreshing wheat ale, right? That is kettle soured with lactobacillus and brewed with sea salt and coriander. Wow. However, unlike traditional versions of the style, ours features liberal additions of blood oranges during fermentation. This imparts a tangy citrus notes that complement the champagne-like flavors, creating a complex and sessionable ale perfect for any occasion. I got to try this. Sounds really good. So it's a Highway 28 Session Series Blood Orange Goza. So I got to get out to California and do that. I got to make a trip out there anyway. Easy Jack Session IPA from Firestone Walker Brewing Company in Paso Robles, California. They're making, really great beer. Very popular brewery, Firestone Walker. The style is an American IPA for Easy Jack Session IPA. And the ABV is 4.5%, so it's under that 5% cap. And according to their website, brewmaster Matt Brillinson, hope I'm saying it right, went to the mountain and returned with a vision for a different kind of session IPA, one that would be brewed and dry hopped with a globe-trotting selection of new hop varieties from Europe, New Zealand, and North America. He foresaw that a beer that would deliver massive hop aromas, a signature malt balance, an empty glass before you knew it, before you knew what hit you. And so the newest member of our Jack IPA family was born. So they have several different Jack varieties. But it's a session IPA, Easy Jack. I think they put out the all-day IPA as well, which is sessionable. So that's your session beer. The whole point is under 5%, easygoing beer. You can drink, more than one pint. You'd be good. It's not a one and you're done beer. So if you like what we're doing, if you like the podcast, I would ask you, please go onto iTunes, leave us a review, leave us a rating. That helps us tremendously. It gets us up in the rankings, and it gets us out there to more people. And, that way we can, communicate that there is delicious local craft beer available, and there is an alternative to watered down mass-produced beer. So if you like it, please go on iTunes. If you got any comments, please email me, michael@craftbeerstorm.com. Let me know what you're thinking. Feedback. Am I doing something right, wrong? I don't know. I'm talking into this microphone, so I can't get any feedback this way. But if you leave me some comments, we're on Instagram too. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, either Beara Brewing Company or Craft Beer Storm, or both. So leave us a comment. Send me an email. All right. Until next time, guys. Take care.